Welcome back, aliens. Today we are going to see about the function called import range. Import range is the very important function in Google Sheet. So here I'm just going to explain about how to use that import range in your Excel. Let's get into the video. Here I have three columns: first name, last name, and marks. Okay. So in the first sheet, I'm having that first name and last name as a blank. Okay. And I'm having the marks one. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import that first name and last name from other Excel sheets. Okay. Means through a reference here. This is a formula for import range. Here if you check that import range, and it is accepting two parameters. The first one is a reference URL. So here you need to provide that reference URL from which the data will be imported, and second column is like you need to specify that ranges from the targeted reference URL. Okay, here the range must be available in the reference URL. Okay, so here, so these are the points you have to note on. Okay, something like that import, it can be used only to import that specified ranges. Means you cannot import a particular sheet or particular data, entire data from that ranges. Okay, and second point is relevant permission should be given for the target sheet. So if it is available apart from the current user, you need to provide the necessary permission to this user. Okay, then only I can access the data. And third one is a import range will not override the current data. Whatever data you are importing from the target URL, it will be applied in the blank cells only. Okay, let me just show you so you can understand it a little bit more. Okay, so first I'm just going to import the data from the current user. So this is a current user. Okay, I'm just going to import that current data. Here I'm just going to specify import range, and I have two parameter. The first one is I need to specify the URL, and the second one I need to specify the range. I'm just closing that. Okay, now I'm just navigating to second sheet. So this is second sheet. Okay, here you have two options. Either you can copy that entire URL, or it is enough if you copy that reference URL. Something like this is the unique URL for this sheet. Okay, and you can copy this alone. So this time I'm just copying that entire URL, and I'm just getting back to my source page and replacing that URL in the first parameter. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I need to specify that ranges. Here I need to specify the ranges. So again I'm going back to that second page, and I need to import that first name. So if you want to specify the range, you must specify from what sheet and what ranges you should be given. Something like you can have a number of sheets, so that is why you need to specify the respective sheet and respective range here. So if the first name is the sheet name, and the range must be a D7 to D10, because I want the first name alone, because marks already available in the first sheet. So I need the data from D7 to D10 and the first name. Okay, so for that what should you do is the second parameter. What is sheet name? First name. This is the first name. This is a sheet of that destination URL, and this symbol you have to put. So this is that differentiation between sheet and range. Okay, after that you need to specify that D7 to D10. So it will import all the data from D7 to D10 available in the first name sheet, and this is the reference URL. Okay, I'm just entering here. It's loading. Yeah, it's a perfect one. Okay, I'm just okay. So I think you got my point, right? So here we are just importing the data from that another Excel. So please note that another Excel also available in the same user. Another Excel also available in the same user. That is why it is not asking any necessary permissions. So let's assume if the destination URL is from another user. At that time, how do you do that? Okay, for that, so this time I'm just going to import the last name from another user. It's not from the same user, it's from another user. So for that I'm again typing that import range and two parameter, closing that. So this time and this is the another user. I just logged in from another user, and I want the last name from this sheet. Okay, so I'm just copying the sheet and going back to my source sheet and typing the destination URL as a first parameter. Okay, so I want that last name from the sheet named last name. Okay, here that cell starting cell value is a D8 to D11. Okay, last name differentiation D8 to D11. Okay, let's check it out. And it is looking for the value. Okay, but basically I did not provide the permission to the sheet, so that is why it is still looking for that relevant URL. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the relevant permissions for this Excel. Okay, I'm clicking the share and providing that username here. I'm clicking send. Yeah, person added. Okay, now again I'm going back to my source. I'm deleting that URL. Now again I'm typing that import range and specifying that relevant URL and typing the sheet name and providing the range, closing it. Here if you check that I got the last name, but the last name should not come because I'm trying to import D8 to D12. Yeah, so now I got the data, the last name data I retrieved from another user and first name data I retrieved from the same user. And this is how it works, and hope it helps you. And if you have any comments or clarification, let me know through the comments section, and see you again with another useful video.